Hello, 11s. I hope you have had a lovely month so far. This is your life path number reading for the last half of November and the first half of December. Suddenly we're doing it that way. And we will see how we do it in the next year. But if there's anything you would like to know about this channel, you can check out the links in the description. You can also read a little bit about your own life path number there and find a link to help you figure out what your life path number is, which I will be updating soon. And yeah, if this message does not resonate with you, please remember that these are not only general, but our numbers are so influential. There are so many numbers in our lives, so I do implore that you check out your birth chart and your name chart and see which number has the most influence, and then go check out the reading for that particular number. And please remember that these are timeless readings, so even if I say this is November to December, this could be, happening next November to December. This could be happening at any time in your life. So really take what resonates with you and try to come back later and see if that changes or if something else resonates with you, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. As you may notice, we are doing the reading slightly different than we were before, where I have already pulled out the cards for you, and that is just to save us all a little bit of time. So what is the overall guiding message for those with a life path number of 11 for the month of November 2019? And I feel good about this month for you, 11s, because you are in your element. This is your month. This is an 11-11 month. So whatever these cards say, I feel like you're going to have a very strong power of manifestation. Sorry about that, I dropped your die. But I do feel there's something coming for you. So let's see what the message is for those with a life path number of 11. What is their guiding message, their guiding overall message for the month of November 2019? What is the message for those with a life path number of 11 in this 11th month of the year 2019? Please, I am asking their higher self, I am asking mine, I am asking deity and all those beings out there who watch over us with love and our highest interest in mind, in their hearts. Please and thank you. What is the overall guiding message for those with a life path number of 11 for the month of November 2019? Please, what is the overall guiding message for those with a life path number of 11 for the month of November 2019? We have a 5. Okay? So I look at the number that I see on top. Trust yourself, 11. You have infinite possibilities available to you. Even if you're feeling doubt, trust your intuition. Okay, so this is a message to trust your intuition, trust who you are, trust in your beliefs, trust in your, in yourself. Okay, so let's see what your direct message is. This is your direct guiding message. That's a little bit more personal, so even if you don't necessarily resonate with that, well, if you do resonate with that, this is a little bit more personal, connected to who that is. Okay, so let's see. After the storm, so we have a 1 here as well. So I feel like there's a need for alignment. Something has happened, something in the past that may have shaken your faith in yourself, that may have shaken your self-belief. There's something, my head's doing this like tingling thing, so I feel like some of you may have just been going through some really hard stuff, and it's like really shaking your faith at some point, and now you're just kind of at this point where you're struggling to trust your intuition. But this is telling you that that's coming to an end. And then we see this owl, so there's a new wisdom coming to you, a new understanding making its way to you. Okay, so let's see what's going on in your soul level. This is what's going on under the surface, what your spirit is trying to bring to you for the month of November. A 5 of Swords, right? So I do think you have been struggling. You've been struggling. Emotionally, you've been struggling, or like just on a deep spiritual level. But I feel like, you don't feel like you've come out a winner in this situation. Like spiritually, you're just maybe feeling defeated, maybe feeling like you fought and you fought and you fought, and we have another 5 and another 5. So yeah, I feel like there's a lot of struggle for you, unfortunately. Like I said, November, I feel, because you're in your element, it's the possibility to manifest and bring new things into being. But where your thought process is right now, you may not be manifesting the most positive things. So you're capable of it, but you may not be manifesting the most positive things, because spiritually you're feeling defeated, spiritually you're feeling tired, you're feeling weak, you're feeling like you've had to fight, and nobody's winning. It's like it feels like it's been ongoing, unfortunately. So let's see what's going on in your thought and minds. This is what's happening in your subconscious, and you had 2 cards come out. So for your thought and mind, you have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, So again, just be careful of like what's going on. And then you have the Empress. Be careful of how you're thinking, because like I said, you are able to manifest things, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're manifesting positive things. And I feel like with the Queen of Swords, you have a tendency to be very critical of yourself and critical of the things that you're doing and critical of your own experiences and your own beliefs. Like I said, you may be lacking some faith in yourself. You may not be like believing in your own abilities to achieve something, unfortunately, and you need nurture. So you have this queen, this emperor here, and the emperor usually, or yeah, is it the emperor or empress? It's one of those. But this card in particular tells me that you're very other focused. You've been thinking a lot about how to help other people, but right now what you really need is personal healing. What you really need is to take care of yourself. But I feel like you're focused, and I feel like some of you've known this, you felt this, but you haven't really been able to speak it out. You haven't really been able to say. And this is the swords are the card of communication, and I do feel like you've just been really struggling with communicating your beliefs and communicating what's important to you, and actually like being honest about what your needs are, unfortunately. And you're just kind of in this place where you're like, you've had to fight, you've had a battle, and your mindset is still reflecting that, I feel. So let's see what's going on in your physical life. This could be your relationships, this could be your finances, this could be your home life, your health, etc. So what is your physical, mundane, earthly life going to be like in November through to December? Death. You have change, an end. Like I felt like in the beginning there was something you've been going through, something hard, something that's gotten you to this point where you feel like the battle's over, but did anybody win? I messed up so bad. Oh, blah blah blah. Like you're just going through that negative thought cycle, but you're at the end of that situation that caused it, and so change is coming into your physical life. This could be, you could be moving, you could be dealing with I guess death is also the sign of Scorpio, so you could be dealing with another person who is a Scorpio. You could just be coming to an end of like a situation that has not borne fruit for you, something that has brought you to this place of sadness, of lack of communication, of feeling like just kind of hurting yourself to benefit other people. That's coming to an end. You're getting out of that situation, which is a good thing. After the storm it's a message of hope. It's a message of saying you learned something from this situation. Take that with you and move forward. It's a message of saying you are no longer stuck in the storm. Now you are free. It's clear. Things are refreshed. Yes, some things may have gotten destroyed in the process, but you're fine, you got out, you're okay, and now you can rebuild, now you can move forward. And I think that's what this death is telling you, that you're going to be rebuilding, you're going to be changing something drastically in your physical life. Could also mean a physical death, but that's usually not what it means. But there could be a loss coming that brings this heartache. But I feel like what this is it feels more positive, it's like you're coming out of this dark space that you were in because of this storm. So this is a time to just trust yourself throughout this change. Trust your intuition, because I think you know deep down that what's been going on, even though you've been maybe telling yourself on a surface level that you deserve this, but deep down what's been going on has not been serving you, it's not been healing you, and now you're ready to move forward. Okay, so let's see what your message of support is. This is from whoever you pray to. It could be your ancestors, deity, god, goddess. It could be, your angels, whoever it is you pray to when you're happy, when you're sad, when you're giving thanks, etc. So this is their message of support for you, and you also got 2 cards here. So the first card that came out was, true healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. So I didn't say this earlier, but around this time, I felt like some of you might be dealing with abuse or violence of some sort, domestic violence or abuse or pain, like a situation that you're getting out of now, either because the person is gone, because they died, or because you got yourself away somehow. You're getting out of that place, but you're still kind of scarred from that damage. And you may have been trying to spend time to say, okay, the Queen of Swords is very logical. So you may have been at this point where you've been like, I can't feel these feelings. I can't get all emotional. I just have to move forward and keep going and work. Whatever. I don't deserve to cry. I don't deserve to stop and rest. I don't deserve blah, blah, blah. Like you've been trying really hard not to feel your feelings. And this is a message to open yourself up and let that, like, if there's pain, let yourself feel that pain so that it can start to heal. Because if you're ignoring it and suppressing it, then it's never going to heal. It's just going to be there, a lump of pain inside of you. And you don't want that. It's not good for anybody, okay? And your other message of support is, there is nothing sexier than my authentic truth. Right, so if some of you were in a romantic relationship, then the person that you were with wasn't allowing you to be true to yourself. They may have been verbally aggressive, verbally unkind, and damaged your trust to yourself, damaged your self-belief, damaged you on a soul level. And this is, now that you're out of that situation, this is basically saying it's time to nurture yourself, let yourself feel those feelings that you felt during that situation, and be true to who you are so that you can start to heal. You can start that process, because right now what you're dealing with is kind of dark and kind of heavy and hurt. It hurts. And I think that has to do with something or someone that has really damaged yourself and your trust. And your trust in yourself and your trust. It damaged your trust in yourself, okay? So let's see what your closing remarks are for the rest of this month and the first half of December. What are the closing remarks for number 11? Temperance. So there's a need for patience. There's a need for gentleness, and also for taking your emotions and moving them into action, okay? So it's also, if some of you were in the Three of Swords. So if some of you were in a negative situation or in a relationship that was harmful, like they may have cheated on you a lot, they may have told you things about yourself, they may have been very emotional, so their emotions switched from one to another and you were never really sure how to deal with that, but it really caused you a lot of heartache, a lot of heart pain. The Tower, so yeah, that fell apart. Like everything fell apart. Either it was the love that you had with them that fell apart, or they came into your life and they took you away from your family, and they, like, you know, the things that seemed okay, that seemed like something you were waiting for, it just kind of fell apart. It went bad. Their behavior changed on you, or the situation itself just switched up on you. If this isn't a romantic relationship, you know, it could be something else. It could be a family relationship too. It could be anything like that. But there was a lot of heartache and a lot of pain, and everything seemed to kind of just fall apart around you. And then at some point, and so, like, when I see this, I think of it as like the past, and then it gets to this point where it's like, this is kind of where you're entering into now. So with the Ace of Wands, I feel there's a power within you that you're starting to connect with. You are realizing that what this Tower was, this heartache, all of that stuff in your past, that wasn't for you. This is you coming out of the storm, okay? So this was your storm. You got in, maybe it was slow, maybe it was someone or something that seemed really nice and there were emotions, but then those very nice healing emotions quickly turned into something, I feel quickly for a lot of you, turned into something harmful, something scary even. And it broke your heart, and everything started to fall apart. Your worldview, your beliefs, it all just kind of went down the drain. And now you're coming into this place where you're really remembering your strength, you're remembering your power, and you're finding a way to, like, break free from this. This is you coming out of the storm. This is you saying, I don't want to take part in this pain anymore, okay? So then we have another Queen of Swords, Three of Cups. So this I always see as kind of your future. So we have the Emperor, the Three of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. It's such positive energy. This is you buckling down. This is you saying, putting your foot down, saying, I don't want that in my life. I want love. I want positivity. This is you connecting with your friends, connecting with your loved ones, connecting with the people who truly care about you, and stepping away and looking back logically and saying, okay, maybe you had something to do with the situation. If it wasn't necessarily like a domestic abuse or any kind of that situation where someone was harming you, but it was something else that happened in your past where you were making choices based on this kind of logical side point of, like, not wanting to feel your feelings. Like, maybe you were cold to someone, maybe you caused this heartbreak because you thought you loved them. But whatever it is, you're kind of taking responsibility and able to look logically back on the situation and say, okay, well, now I know where I want to go. Now I know which direction I need to head in. My heart and my mind need to guide me now but like there's a knowing, there's like a sense of seeing the light almost. So like if you look at this card, there's this light up here and it like reflects off her crown. So it's as if your mind is opening, your crown chakra is opening, and you're starting to see the light. You're starting to see the possibilities, and the things that can come out of the choices you make. And you're starting to see the love that is available to you. You're starting to see the joy that you can have. There's something to celebrate for you. And I think it is coming out of this storm, coming out of this situation, getting away from that. And it could have been like just like a job that you've had for 12 years that made you miserable, and you just kept pushing yourself through it and pushing yourself through it because for whatever reason your brain told you that that's what you had to do. And as you were doing it, your soul was just getting more and more tired and more sick of fighting and pushing and trying to say, hey, we got to do more, right? So it just kind of got to this point where you're weary, you're battle weary because of all the work you've put in, and you've gotten yourself cold, and now you're moving out of that situation. So it doesn't have to be necessarily an abusive situation. That was just what popped into my head very early on. Whatever it is, you're getting organized and you're realizing who you can rely on, who you can call to, and you're using your logical mind to see the light and see hope and see positivity, and you're getting out of this. So that is beautiful. I really, really hope that this comes sooner rather than later, because these are timeless readings. So this could be next November. This could have already happened last November. This could be any other time that you watch this. Whenever you do watch this, I think I'm going to start calling them timeless instead of naming them by the months. But I do wish you the best. This is a growing and healing journey. Again, your main message is to trust yourself, trust your intuition, and know that whatever it is that you went through, you're coming out of it now, and you're moving into something a lot more positive, a lot more stable for you. There is going to be a need for discipline. There's going to be a big need for discipline. There's going to be a need for taking control of the situation and guiding yourself towards the positive, towards the light, and trying to really, really actively shift your mindset so that you can start to create changes on a soul level, okay? It's going to take work and it is going to take time, but it's going to get you through, and you can overcome this situation of your past, okay? So there you have it, 11s. I do hope that this reading was helpful for you. Please let me know in the comments what's going on with you, and anything else you'd like to know or see or share. Thank you so very much for being here. I will see you next time. And if I don't see you before next year, have a beautiful, wonderful end of the year and Happy New Year. And remember always that I love you. Bye.